Hello, my name is Christina Harding, and this is my PowerPoint presentation for Dr. Tinnitus's Development of Training Programs class at Amberton University. Hello, and welcome to Goodwill. As a new retail sales associate at the Goodwill Store and Donation Center, I'm sure you have tons of questions about our unique and growing organization. Sit tight and take notes. Your manager can answer any remaining questions you have following this training course. First, let's start off with a pretest to see what you already know about Goodwill. Question 1, true or false? Goodwill is a nonprofit organization. That's correct. Goodwill is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Question 2, Goodwill has been serving its communities for over how many years? A, 50, B, 100, C, 90, or D, 120 years? B, 100 years. That is correct. Goodwill of Southeastern Wisconsin and Metro Chicago has been in operation for over 100 years. Question 3. Goodwill of Southeastern Wisconsin and Metro Chicago is the blank Goodwill operation in the world. Smallest, happiest, largest, or cleanest? Please select your answer. That's correct. It is the largest Goodwill operation in the world. And although we are happy and clean, we are also the largest. Question number 4. Goodwill believes in what? Santa Claus, you, or the power of work? That is correct. Yes, Goodwill does believe in you and Santa. However, we also believe in the power of work. You're doing great so far. One last question. Goodwill helps individuals with what and what gain employment? A, disabilities and disadvantages. B, cats and dogs. C, aches and pains. Correct. Goodwill helps people with disadvantages and disabilities, any barriers to employment, gain employment through work and life training. Now let's go over some facts about Goodwill. Goodwill began in Boston in 1902 with the Reverend Edgar J. Helms. Helms wanted to help the poor, however, not with just charity, but with productive work. His motto was a hand up, not a hand out. Helms went door to door accepting donations from the community. Then he worked with the poor to refurbish those items and then resell them. The profits from their work allowed the poor in Boston to earn money, and soon after, Helms developed an industrial school where these skills were taught to those in need of jobs. In October of 1919, the Goodwill movement came to Milwaukee. The services Goodwill provides has evolved with the times. We started out repairing and reselling donated items. Then, during the Great Depression, when unemployment rates skyrocketed, Goodwill worked with the Red Cross to distribute food and clothing. Goodwill also temporarily employed hundreds of men and women, allowing them to provide for their families. During World War II, Goodwill trained and found jobs for wounded soldiers returning home to the workforce. As the years went on, Goodwill developed innovative programs for individuals with disabilities. In the 1970s, Goodwill launched laundry services at Naval Station Great Lakes, securing a huge contract with the Navy. Additionally, as the country fell into recession, Goodwill connected people in the community with jobs. And by 1986, Goodwill of Southeastern Wisconsin was the largest Goodwill operation in North America. By 1999, Southeastern Wisconsin merged with Metropolitan Chicago. This new Goodwill operation worked to increase the number of people they served and worked to open additional stores and workforce connection centers. Currently, there are 156 Goodwill organizations in the U.S. and Canada and 12 organizations abroad. Goodwill does amazing things with your donations. Currently, 87 cents of every dollar generated goes to directly support the mission. Stephen Preston is the president and CEO of Goodwill Industries International, and Jackie Hallberg is the president and CEO of Goodwill Industries of Southeastern Wisconsin and Metropolitan Chicago, the Goodwill you now work for. Next, let's look at Goodwill's mission, vision, and guiding principles. Our mission is to provide training, employment, and supportive services for people with disabilities and disadvantages who seek greater independence. Goodwill's mission is to transform lives and communities through the power of work. And the guiding principles tell us how we work and how to direct our actions. They are inspired by people, power of the whole, and results matter. Together with the mission and vision creates the Goodwill way. Now let's take a look at where you work, in the retail services section of our organization. Here in retail, we're the cash cows and we support the mission. We contribute to the nonprofit organization by generating revenue to support Goodwill's programs. We work diligently to maximize the value of each donation, and we have a multitude of sales channels to do so. We have the retail stores, e-commerce, the outlet store, and secondary markets. First, the retail stores, where you work. There are 70 store and donation centers in our territory. We receive the donations, then process and price them. We salvage goods that are unsellable, and we work to support the other sales channels. Our e-commerce department operates out of Racine, Wisconsin. They receive books, media, and specialty items from the retail stores. The e-commerce team sells books on Amazon. They sell media such as CDs, DVDs, and video games on eBay, and specialty items such as American Girl dolls and accessories, instruments, and Harley-Davidson apparel and merchandise. They're all sold on shopgoodwill.com. Shopgoodwill.com is a great platform used by many Goodwill operations to sell these items. Our outlet store is located in Sturtevant, Wisconsin. They receive second chance items from certain retail stores. This is an operation unlike any other in our retail services division. Everything is sold by the pound. New tables of hard lines, linens, books, media, shoes, purses, and clothing are rolled out every 20 minutes. This is another amazing way that Goodwill reduces the amount of goods going into the landfills. And finally, we have our secondary markets team, and they receive metal, electronics, computers, cardboard, shoes, purses, and books from the stores in large corrugated cardboard containers. Those containers are then weighed and sold by the pound or ton based on market prices. Again, this is a great way to cut down on goods going to landfills, and Goodwill diverts millions of pounds each year. Next, let's take a look at our territory. Each of the dots on this map represents one of our stores, donation centers, mission service sites, workforce connection centers, talent bridge staffing offices, corporate offices, operations centers, and of course, the Naval Station at Great Lakes. Within each retail store, we have 3 businesses. First, the resale shop, where goods are organized for ease of shopping and where customers come to the store to purchase items. Then we have the production area, where the donations are priced according to our price guides. And finally, we have the donation center, where we receive donations from the community. Each of these work together to create an efficient resale model. Next, looking at each position in the store, first we have the sales floor associates. They work to provide excellent customer service to our shoppers on the sales floor. They will operate the cash register. They will communicate the Club Goodwill programs to our shoppers. Our sales floor associates maintain the store environment. They stock hard lines with the carts from production and soft lines with the racks from the production. They also communicate any concerns with the management team that they find on the sales floor or that customers bring to their attention. Next, our production associates process donations, maximizing the value of those donated goods. They work to meet their production goals. They price goods according to the pricing guidelines set by our corporate office. They determine if goods are quality product, recyclable salvage, or unsellable. They also identify items that are CPSC violations. CPSC is the Consumer Product Safety Commission. Goodwill must ensure that there are no violations of the CPSC that go to the sales floor. They provide customer service to our shoppers and donors as needed, and they operate equipment safely in the production area. Finally, our donation attendant. They provide excellent customer service to our donors. They quickly and efficiently accept donations. They handle them carefully and respectfully. They offer a donation receipt to each donor and say thank you for supporting the Goodwill mission. They communicate donation guidelines or recycling options for customers. And they also communicate with the management team any concerns from the donation center or from the donors directly. Additionally, they operate equipment safely in the production area. Next, let's discuss how Goodwill supports their associates and the employee experience working in the store. First, we have the ESC, the Employee Service Center. This is your one-stop shop for all things HR related for our associates. The ESC helps with benefits and policy questions and offers professional, personalized support. Next, we have the Goodwill Way Guide, Lauren James. Lauren helps our associates by providing them access to resources that will help to create stability in their home life, such as housing, food, finances, and mental health support. Goodwill also offers many training and development programs for their team, as we want our employees to have the skills, knowledge, and abilities to be successful on the job. Additionally, Goodwill has an employee assistance program provided by Aurora Healthcare. EAP offers confidential consultations paid for by Goodwill. Additionally, Goodwill offers a full benefits package for full-time employees with medical, dental, vision, and a generous PTO allowance. For part-time employees, Goodwill has PSL, or paid sick leave, which is accrued time that can be used after 6 months of employment. Now time for another knowledge check. Question number 1. In what year did southeastern Wisconsin merge with metropolitan Chicago? A. 1979, B. 1989, C. 1999, or D. 2009? Please select the answer. That's correct. Goodwill of southeastern Wisconsin merged with metropolitan Chicago in 1999. Question number 2. The 3 guiding principles are inspired by people, blank, and results matter. Is it support the mission, power of the whole, provide supportive services, or develop the workforce? Correct, it is power of the whole. Question 3. Goodwill maximizes the value of donations through many channels: store, e-commerce, outlet, and blank. A. Employment services, B. Outreach programs, or C. Secondary markets? Correct, the answer is secondary markets. That's our team in Racine that find a second home for our unused items. Question 4. How many Goodwill stores are there in southeastern Wisconsin and metropolitan Chicago? 60, 82, 70, or 96? That's right, there are 70 store and donation centers in our territory. Question 5. Goodwill sells specialty items on what website? A. Amazon, B. shopgoodwill.com, C. eBay, or D. Facebook Marketplace. Please select an answer. That's correct. It is shopgoodwill.com. Question 6. Who is our Goodwill Way guide? Is it Steve Smith, Gina Jones, Lauren James, or Bob Dade? Please select your answer. That's right, it is Lauren James. Number 7. Which category is not a secondary market? Is it purses, books, metal, or plastic? Correct, it is plastic. All the other categories Goodwill is able to find a second home for. Question 8. True or false? The ESC offers resource support and mental health support for associates. False. The ESC does not offer those types of support. The ESC is our one-stop shop for all HR-related concerns for associates. Now time for policies and procedures. Your manager will cover the following policies and procedures with you: our retail attendance SOP, alcohol and drug-free workplace, harassment and our zero tolerance policy, corrective action policy, whistleblower policy, employee shopping policy, our theft procedure, dress code procedure, and sales ethics procedure. Once you've gone through each of these, please be sure to stop and sign off on the orientation checklist. Next, let's take a look at the management team at your store. First, we have the support associate. This position is held specifically for sales associates to move into. For sales associates who are interested in furthering their career with Goodwill, they can apply for the Career Path program. Once accepted, the associate will complete tasks and assignments to help them learn the next role. Once promoted to support associate, they will be a key carrying member of the management team. Next, we have the retail supervisors. This position can be filled with a candidate from outside the company or a support associate who has again completed the RS Career Path program. Next is the assistant store manager. This position can be filled with a candidate from outside or from a retail supervisor who has completed the ASM Career Path. The operations manager position is for assistant store managers who have completed Career Path and are awaiting a store manager position. Finally, we have the store manager. This position can be filled with a current operations manager or with an experienced manager hired from outside the company. Next, let's talk about safety. Goodwill cares about your safety, therefore you must always use the required personal protective equipment, or PPE. We always have masks, gloves, goggles, and earmuffs available for our team. We ask that you always perform your job with safety in mind. Also, when using the pallet jacks or forklift in production, we ask that you operate it with caution, always being aware of those around you. Additionally, all forklift drivers must be licensed by Goodwill, and if an injury were to occur, we ask that you please report it to a member of management immediately or within 48 hours. Finally, here's some must-know info. First, please keep your cell phone in your locker. Be sure to always punch in on time, ready to work. Take note of the posted break schedule so you're aware of your scheduled break times. Be sure to complete all assigned training courses within your first 30 days. Also, be sure to ask your training buddy plenty of questions because they're here to help you. If you ever need a new shirt, be sure to just ask a manager. Also, your manager works diligently to always post the schedule on time. You'll see in the break room there's always 3 weeks of schedules posted: this week, next week, and the week after. Please turn in all time off request sheets before the next schedule is posted. Finally, take note of each area in the store during your store tour. We have an exciting operation and there's much to learn throughout the store, the production area, and the donation center. And also, welcome to Goodwill. Thank you for taking the time to review my training program. Here are my references.